The fact that we are asking them to sit down and break up with us peacefully does not mean that we cannot fight. And let the message go forth from here today that we shall fight.
Thanks for joining me on Esteemed Television, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Augustine Ambe. I just want to tell a very short story here and have you be my witness. That since 1961, the brutal occupation of Ambazonia by La République du Cameroon and her French backers has been so, what's the word? Has so angered the people of Ambazonia that if you hear one person speak about that occupation and you listen to him or you listen to her, you think, okay, that is somebody who has had it. That's somebody who has had it. That is before you listen to the next person. So we listen to Hon Wirba in the Parliament of La République tell them that if they think Ambazonian can be their slaves, they are lying to themselves, and that they can go and bring even the French army to come and add to their own army, they will not defeat the people of Ambazonia. Now, when we heard that, we thought, nobody has ever spoken like that about our story or about our anger. Yes, he really represented the way we all felt. But I want to also have you listen to this gentleman in 2001. 2001. That's how many years before Wirba spoke.
He is the spokesman of SCNC North America. Spokesman. So, listen.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank all of you who made it here and who are still here, because we have come to the end and the culmination of what we were here for. It is very, very gratifying that we are sitting in this marble hall. This is the center of democracy in the world. I am also very, very happy that we have an official representative of the government of La République du Cameroun in this hall here today. So, when we leave here, we would like the message to be carried forward that if La République du Cameroun had any doubt in their mind at all, that it should be clear to La République du Cameroun that the marriage is over and the divorce is final. All we are asking our brothers, and they are our brothers, let there be no doubt about it. All we are asking our brothers is to come, sit down with us, and let us break up peacefully. We have been doing that over the last decade, and all they have done is treat us with scorn. We are still making a last-ditch effort to ask our brothers to come and sit with us so that we can separate peacefully. And I will also take this opportunity to send the message to our brothers that the fact that we are asking them to sit down and break up with us peacefully does not mean that we cannot fight. And let the message go forth from here today that we shall fight to defend our integrity. And if La République thinks that we will not we will prove to them that we will. And I want the official representative of the government of La République du Cameroon to take that message forth. Many things have been said here today. And I'm very, very happy that at this culminating point of our summit, we resolved the main problem that everybody seemed to have picked up. Our problem of leadership, our problem of many voices speaking for us. It is resolved. Before we arrived, it took us 2 years to organize this conference. Before we arrived at this conference, we finally brought everybody to sit down and agree that at the end of this conference, there is going to be one and only one leadership structure for the Southern Cameroons. So when we are moving out, thank you. When we are moving out of here today, let it be known, take forward the word that at the end of this day, when the summit closes, there is going to be one voice that is going to be speaking for the people of the British Southern Cameroons. That one voice will have a unified structure to lead the movement and a single leadership. We have a single goal. Our goal is, and I will read from the document that will become the resolutions of this summit. Our goal is one and only one. Our goal is to revive and implement the independence as well as restore the national and international personality and sovereignty of the former British-administered United Nations Trust Territory of the British Southern Cameroons. There is nothing that is going to stop us from doing what this goal says we are going to do. And anybody who steps out of here should take word that that is what is going to happen.
The fact that we are asking them to sit down and break up with us peacefully does not mean that we cannot fight. And let the message go forth from here today that we shall fight to defend our integrity. And if La République thinks that we were not, we will prove to them that we will. That was Dr. Shemlon in 2001. Today, the Amber Boys, the Ambazonian freedom fighters, the Ambazonian defenders are doing that fight that he promised them. They are doing that fight that he promised them. Now, this is really a speech we should be celebrating, and we should be celebrating what the Ambazonian freedom fighters are doing on the ground. But I'm going to say it is only 5%. 5% of what should be happening in order for us to truly free the people of Ambazonia in the shortest possible time. The fight we have all been promising these people, that fight is here now. But this is just the fight. And for a fight to be successful, for anything to be successful, there has to be good leadership. The unfortunate thing about this fight that we had promised La République, and we are engaging in them now, and our boys are proving that all these speakers, all these sentiments were not a bluff. La République is getting the fight right now. And you can hear their soldiers screaming all over the place. I hear that so many of them are deserting in our territory that private reports are writing on that. For their military tell La République that they should resolve this thing. Do exactly what Dr. Shemlon just came from saying. Sit down and break up with us peacefully. Obviously, it's too late for that now. So I don't know if they need to be sitting down anymore. But I've always said the sitting down and deciding on Ambazonian fate is not for La Republique. La Republique is just a beneficiary. But Ambazonians have decided that whether those who want to sit down or who can resolve this issue, whether they want to sit, whether La Republique wants to sit or not, Ambazonians have accepted the fight that was brought to them, and they are fighting. Can you imagine if we had, if Ambazonians have actually said, let's give La Republique that fight, if they were not surprised, if they were not still asking for what Dr. Shemlon is asking for. What the lawyers were asking for in 2016 is exactly what Dr. Shemlon was asking for in 2001. It is what other people before them have been asking for since 1961. If we had reached a point where we say, okay, let's stop asking, let's organize and fight these people, I don't think La Republique I don't think this thing will be going for 4 years. I think it would have ended a long time. But we're surprised. But even in that surprise, the fight, we are giving the fight. The fight that all our brothers and sisters have spoken about is here, and it's a very strong fight. But it lacks leadership.
The main problem that everybody seems to have picked up, our problem of leadership, our problem of many voices speaking for us.
Every people can accomplish, but those people who do not accomplish because there's no leadership. And here's what leadership does. Leadership guides talent. Leadership guides strengths that are scattered all over in their land. Leadership brings resources together and channel those resources to a particular goal. We have good fighters. We've seen them in Bali. We've seen them in Bui. We've seen them in Gokitunja. We've seen them in Manfe. We've seen them in Bafut. We've seen them in Muyuka. We've seen them in Kumba. We've seen them all over the place. But these are scattered fighting. It is people doing what they can where they are, the way they know how. There's no coordination. If the Talibans were fighting without coordination, they would not have, after knowing that that America is tired of the war and wants to move out, if they were fighting in different factions or in their localities, in what our own people term LGA by LGA, if they were fighting like that, they would the planning that the Taliban did in planting their agents all over the territory, so that when the time came, they all overwhelm the current or the establishment that was in that country in the first place. They would not have been able to be so successful. They were successful because they had leadership, a leadership that had foresight, a leadership that planned, a leadership that coordinated the fighters, a leadership with a strategy to win. Ambazonians don't have that. So my brothers and sisters, our people, the anger is the same, but the anger is not going to win us our territory. What is going to win us our territory is the anger, is the fighters, is the leadership that brings together all our talent, creates its division of labor, channel these talents and direct them to a particular goal. If we do that, we'll be successful. Otherwise, we will remain in little pockets, giving hell to La Republique, but unable to give them that final punch that takes them out of our territory. But I want to thank Dr. Shemlon. I want to thank Honorable Joseph Wirba. I want to thank all of those people. There's another speech by Professor Carson Anyang, where I'm going to bring that speech to you also. It was as fiery as Dr. Shemlon talked about during the same occasion. Our people are fed up. We need to just conquer one thing. We need to keep aside our egos. We need to keep aside. I really shouldn't say our egos. They're just a few people who are causing these problems. We need to find a way to overcome these people. We need to find a way to overcome them. We need to find a way to overcome them, so that we can take our people home. We've been in this wilderness for too long. It is time to go home. Let's not let any enemy, internal or external, to stand in our way.
Nothing is going to stop us. So when you step out of here today, I want you all to stand up so that the record will reflect. Please stand. When you are going home today, please put your hand up. That we have resolved that we shall revive and implement the independence as well as restore the national and international personality and the sovereignty of the former British administered United Nations Trust Territory called the British Southern Cameroons. So help us God. Thank you.
There's a fire on the mountain, fire on the mountain. Who can quench this fire? Who can quench this fire? Who can quench the fire? Fire on the mountain. Who put on this fire? Who put on this fire? Oh, child. Fire's burning higher. Fire's burning higher. Fire's burning higher. Fire on the mountain. Who can quench this fire? No one can quench this fire. Who can quench this fire? No one can quench this fire. Fire's burning higher. Fire's burning higher. Fire on the mountain. Go down, Cameroon, tell Biya, let my people go. All we want is freedom for our people and the many, many children. Freedom just to think, laugh, and do what we like. Freedom from your bondage and your many, many agents. Freedom just to think, laugh, and do what we like. Who can quench this fire? Who can quench this fire? Oh, Jah. No one can quench this fire. No one can quench this fire. No one can quench this fire. fire on the mountain. These are the words of the mighty Father. These are the words of the mighty Lord. Go down, go down, go down, and tear me up. Let my people go.
Thank you for watching.